I didn't cut my hair, by the way. It's still curly as fuck. It's actually getting worse, though. It's getting worse, though. It's getting worse. It's getting worse. It's getting worse, though. It's getting worse. Also, I've been sleeping more, so my eye bags are getting better. So the looks are coming back, and it. Woo, woo, woo. Alright, let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see what's up. Let me see what's up. Let me see what's up. Alright, 1 second. How do I? Am I a stupid chud? Chat, tell me honestly now. Tell me honestly. Tell me honestly if I'm a stupid chud now, chat. Well, don't be too honest now, chat. Where the hell did this go? I've appeared to have broken something. I've broken something. Chat, we're gonna talk about some serious stuff today, though. We're gonna talk about some serious stuff. I've also just hit. I hear you twice now. Testing. Why do you hear me twice? That should fix it. That should fix it. That should fix it. Yo, Floatives, you're good with this type of shit. How do I add a source? How do I add this source to another scene? Wallahi, you're a piece of bacon, Flo. The one time I need you, like, wallahi, you're a piece of bacon, by the way. Wallahi, you're a piece of bacon, you know? Alright. So, chat, let's just, I'm just try to wing it. So, let's just get things straight out of the way, right? Recently, a lot of people have been asking me, what am I going to do with Chuck Nasty? So, if you guys don't know, Chuck Nasty made a really unfortunate comment during a stream, right? Really unfortunate comment. To be honest, when I first saw it, I was like, this is completely not okay. It's not okay to say this. Why would you even say that in a joking light? Right? I'm gonna take off the music because I don't want this to feel goofy. I'm gonna say, why would you say this in a joking light? Right? I looked at the clip. He was getting PvP'd, right? Swing, 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 swing. And he said what he said, right? I'm not gonna repeat what he said, but he basically, you know, he said what he said, right? So, I talked with some of the MoneySMP members. And I'm like, what do we think about this? And people were very, like, mixed opinions. Right? It was, like, mixed opinions. So, I said, listen, I'm going to talk to Chuck. I need to see Chuck's point of view on this situation, right? When I talked to Chuck, he explained to me this. He comes from a scene right now where basically, you know, the COD, Call of Duties. Who here used to play the old COD lobbies back in the day? Right? So, this is something he would say, oh, ad, I'll wait. If it's an ad, I'll wait. If it's an ad, I'll wait. Are we done the ad? Okay, so I'll explain it now from my point of view, chat. And this is after I've talked with people in the community, I've talked with members, and I've tried to also educate myself on the situation, right? I talked to Chuck. Hi, Midnight. What's up, dude? How's my goat doing today? Anyways, listen, this is after I've educated myself on the situation. What he said was wrong. His intent wasn't wrong. He didn't intend to make fun of victims. He didn't intend to make fun of people like that. what he said was wrong. It was undeniably wrong. But I will just say something. During MoneySMP, I didn't even know about this until 2 days ago, right? Midnight, we're talking about something a little bit serious. I didn't even know about this until 2 days ago. Apparently, he made the exact same joke on MoneySMP with practically a strength team, right? And he didn't get called out for it. So when he made that same joke again on the stream a few days ago, he did get called out for it. And I think rightfully so. I think getting called out as a creator when it comes to certain things isn't a cancellation. It's looking to take accountability, right? So it's very evident that the community wasn't trying to cut his head off. Yo, we want you to take accountability for the bad thing you said. You said something bad. Please take accountability. That is within everyone's right, especially the people who were deeply affected by his comments. He has to take accountability, right? I also think he said it in MoneySMP and no one said anything about it, right? I can see why he didn't. Listen, chat, if you don't know you're doing something wrong, how can you stop doing it, right? If you don't know you're doing something wrong, like, listen, he didn't know he was doing something wrong. How is he supposed to know it's wrong if he didn't know it was wrong? Is what I'm saying making sense? No one was there to correct him. And when I talked to Chuck, right, he didn't even know it was a problem until he was kicked. And then he woke up the next day and I had to actually be the one to communicate to him, oh, by the way, there's a big problem going on with something you said. He didn't know the full implications of that problem, by the way, until myself and a few other people go into a group chat with Chuck, right? This is in no way, this is in no way justifying what he said, right? Because I think what he said was wrong. But I also think, as a community right now, do we honestly think it is okay to just cancel him completely and go for his head? Honestly, right now, I'm not shaming anybody. I'm just saying, do we think that's the approach we should take? Because my approach is, I think he did something wrong, but his intent wasn't to do wrong, right? I think when we look at these situations, we have to look at what was said and what was the intent, right? Was his intent to make people feel this way? No. Was what he said, did what he say make people feel that way? Yes. See? So he was wrong, but he didn't mean to be wrong. So what should he do? I don't think you guys should forgive his apology, by the way. This is not me saying you guys should accept his apology. No. What he said was wrong, and I think a statement alone is not enough to justify people accepting his apology. Because I think then you let people off the hook too easy. How many times have we seen statements where I'm sorry, I won't do it again, and they do it again? It's a problem in our community where you try to hold somebody accountable and they make a statement to just say, I'm sorry, but there's no genuine accountability taken. It's just, I need to get the fire off my back a bit. I'm going to say it in private. I'm going to say it here. I'm going to say it there. No, you can't accept an apology just off words. Actions will speak louder than words 100% of the time. You know what I mean? Actions will speak louder than words 100% of the time. I don't think Chuck's apology should be forgiven. But I do think he deserves a second chance to prove with his actions that he's actually understood the impact of what he said. So, when I talked about it with other people, people asked me, am I going to kick him from MoneySMP? And I'm going to be honest, I was very on the fence about it. I was very, very, very on the fence about it, you know? But I come from this standpoint as a human being. I think everyone, of course, there's certain lines that cannot be crossed. If you say a slur with intent to harm somebody, that is not okay. If you're a rapist, a pedophile, etc., etc., etc. You know those lines? These are red lines that I will never forgive somebody for, and they can never be crossed. And these are deplorable human beings that never deserve a second chance. If someone made a joke without knowing the implications of it, because we don't know someone's background, we don't know where someone came from, we don't know their environment, we don't know how they were raised, we don't know all these types of stuff. I was raised as a Saudi Arabian male 18 years of my life. I just moved to the UK 2 to 3 years ago. I wouldn't know if certain words were bad or not, unless I had the privilege of having my friends like Mark Prometheus, Tyler Mortings, Bry the Guy, Tay, Ghosty Fruit, etc., teach me and explain to me these are not things that are okay to say. Why? Because of my background. Like Faimada said, because of my background. I would not have the opportunity to learn these type of things because of the background I come from. Would it have been fair to shun me now when I don't know if I did wrong because of the background I come from? Because I think in this community right now, we kind of treat it like if everyone lives on one life, and if that's it. Once that thread is cut, you're gone into the abyss, into hell straight away, and you're finished. At the end of the day, we're human beings. We are human beings. Your favorite creator is gonna make a mistake. But there's a difference between a mistake and being a shitty person. Do you guys clock what I'm trying to say? There are shitty people in this community who don't deserve to be in this community. But there's people who do mistakes that are trying to improve. And I'm not trying to say that Chuck is trying to improve as a person. He just made his apology today. So I can't say that Chuck is trying to improve as a person. Because how the fuck am I supposed to know? That's his fucking business. But what I can say is this. I would rather be the type of person to say, you have a really good community. You have a lot of people who like you. I'm going to give you a second chance so you can be a better creator and you can use your platform to be a better person. You know what I mean? Instead of being spiteful at the community for shunning you and taking you out, because I think a big problem is that sometimes in our community, we're too quick to jump to the I'm going to kill this person button or they're out button. We're too quick to jump on that. And because we're too quick to jump on that, we actually lose like the opportunity to help people improve. I have a question for everyone in this chat. Do you think your favorite creator has not said something in the past that was wrong? Do we really think that? Do you think that the most perfect creator, do you think I haven't said shit in the past? Do you think Flo, do you think people haven't said shit in the past? But what's the most important thing? We've learned, we've improved, we've grown, we've taken accountability, and we've said we need to be better. We need to be better. We need to be better as people. When you make mistakes are meant to help you grow. The path to life isn't straight. It's a bumpy road. The path to life is a bumpy road. But the only difference between us and you is you guys watch us on this bumpy road. That's it. That is the only difference between a creator and a viewer. You guys have to watch us on this road, and you guys have to watch us make mistakes, and you guys have to watch us improve. That is what you guys watch from us. That is the fundamental difference. We can't hide a mistake that we do. You know? At the end of the day, we're Minecrafters who play Minecraft, a video game, and a lot of us just sit in our rooms all day in our fucking chuds. Doesn't justify it, but we're just human beings. We're not the paragons of truth. We aren't going to make a massive impact. We aren't going to fix all the problems in the world. We don't have that power. The only thing we can do is try to make our communities feel better, to make our communities feel safe, to give you guys some enjoyment in your daily lives as you progress through your own daily lives. That's the only thing we can do. You know, I feel like there's this sense of, oh, my favorite creator has to be an angel sent from God. Okay. They might portray that image to you in public, but then behind the scenes, they are not that person. And that is way more disingenuous than just being the same type of person you are off screen and on screen. Is what I'm saying making sense? I will say some stupid shit, obviously not to that extent on stream. And maybe some people say, oh, Souls is this, or Souls is too that, or Souls will get angry. But at least I can say with full confidence that I'm very similar on and off stream. So at least I know I'm not selling a fake persona. Right? At least I know people know me as me. Whatever that may be. Good or bad. But then other people go, they'll sell a fake persona of they are the most angelic person on the planet. But then behind the scenes, they're maybe not the most angelic person on the planet. I think right now we're in a very tense state in this community. It's getting really tense. Like really, really, I'm talking about this feels like 2020. Like, I'm not saying it's not justified, but it's really tense right now. And we can either, as a community, foster a safe place for people to be, or a place which will really affect people's mental health. Seeing drama every day, even as a viewer, that must affect y'all's health. Every day in this community you're a part of, there's something big going on, or there's something bad. It makes you have such a negative light on the world. It feels like there's no good. It really doesn't. It feels like there's a lack of good, and there's just bad, and this is bad, and that's bad, and this person's bad, and this person's horrible. And it's bad. What happened to talking about the good things that are happening in the community? The fun things, the enjoyable things, the nice things. What happened to just laughing with friends? This month especially has been so bad. You know what I mean? This month has been so bad. It feels now as well, and this is not involving the Chuck situation. I'm going to go on a completely different side tangent here. So what I say now is not indicative of the Chuck situation. I want to make this extremely clear. What I say now is not about the Chuck situation. But with other situations, it feels like now we're losing the meaning of what it means to call somebody out for a valid reason to call someone out. Less and less these days does it feel like people will just talk about their problems. And it's just, no, I'm going to take this to Twitter public immediately, and we're just going to go down that route. No more, oh, can I talk to you about something? I think we have a problem. Or, yo, I didn't like that you said this to me in a VC. Or, I didn't like that this happened in private. Or, da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm going to be frank. It screams a lack of real-life social skills. It screams a lack of real-life social skills. That's it. It screams, I don't know how to deal with my problems. Chap, because he's my best friend, I can use his name. Because he's my best friend, I can use his name. But my first season with Floatives, I'm going to say this. You know I hated Flo? Do you know I genuinely did not like Floatives? I thought he was a toxic donkey. I thought he was a toxic bitch. Right? I didn't want him in the first mini season, by the way. And do you want to know why? Because I heard from other people that he is a toxic person. And what did I do? I wrongly put that on his name without ever meeting him. I never talked to him. I never had a conversation with him. Wrongly, I assumed that this is true because I'm hearing it from other people. Floatives is one of the best ads in MoneySMP history. Could you imagine if I let that bias continue? We would have never had Floatives on MoneySMP. Do you know how bad that would have been? Do you know how bad that would have been? Could you imagine that when people were making the big things, like when people were being toxic on MoneySMP, for example, and saying, oh, I want to quit and this, and they were like being really angry. So, I mean, no one cancels people because of the right thing they do. They do it for interactions. I think there are very valid reasons to cancel people, chat. I think there are very, very valid reasons. Extremely valid reasons. But these are red lines. I'm talking about the big things. This is when you cancel somebody. But respectfully, if somebody was just a little bit mean to you in a VC, if somebody was just a little bit this, or maybe you didn't fuck with someone's vibe, and then you don't talk to them about it as well? How? You lose the meaning and you discredit actual docs by doing that, by the way. This is just a different thing. You discredit genuine stories that need to be told by putting out things that maybe don't need to be told. You discredit really important things. I understand that sometimes things need to go there. There is a difference between telling your own story and canceling people. 100% agree. You guys, I was terrified of souls because I heard things from people. I didn't despise the guy. I didn't want anything to do with it. And then I talked to him. He's genuinely a serious guy. He's super supportive. I'm proud to call him a friend. Like, listen, communication is so key. And something I need to tell everybody here right now. Form your own opinions. You have to form your own opinions, chat. I'm going to be honest. A lot of you are either adults or going to become adults soon. You can't live life not forming your own opinions. You can't. But damn, what kind of reputation did you have? I mean, if we're going to be totally, frankly honest about it, I mean, for example, I have very bad communication problems. I have very, very bad. One of the steps of accountability is admitting where you're wrong. I have bad communication problems. I feel like when a lot of the, for those who know, when a lot of the MoneySMP stuff went down, right? One of the big points and one of the big sticking points was, oh, they have very bad communication. And that stems directly from me and maybe the environment I fostered, because I have very bad communication. That is something I personally tried to be working on. I'm not good at it yet, but I'm trying to work on it. But I can't claim I fixed my issues. I still suck at communication, but I'm trying. I am actually trying my best. That's all I can say. I'm trying my best. I might make a mistake in the future, but I'm trying my best. I am genuinely, honest to God, just trying my best. That is it. As a human being, I'm trying my best, but I'm gonna make a mistake. I'm gonna make mistakes. You know what I mean, chat? I'm gonna make a mistake. But what can I do about it? Can I say I'm not gonna make a mistake in the future? No. But I am trying my best. I did have bad communication. Yeah, 100%. Right? How do I get better at, how did you start getting better at communication? The way I started to get better is low-key, I've just been more on it, because what I would do is I'd just read DMs and I would not respond because I was busy, I'd move a lot, but now I just kind of take the time out of my day to read DMs. Or, to be honest, one of the ways I've noticed that improves communication for me is I just have somebody relay the information to me constantly until I reply, like Pro4D. So what Pro4D does now is he just sends the information to me constantly until he gets a reply. And then he gets the reply pretty quickly by my standards, which is like a day now. You know? And that way, it's still the communication coming from me. It's just that sometimes I see like very big messages and I just don't read it. Because Minecraft isn't my job, chat. I live a life outside. And having to see like a bunch of messages constantly, I'm not qualified to respond constantly. It's just not the type of person I am. I'm not wired that way. But I am trying to improve that part of me, right? This is something that I have to try to improve. I mean, like, there's so much I can get into, right? There's so much I can get into. But one of my biggest issues was communication. And I'm speaking from my own personal standpoint. I think something I've learned in the scene is that one of my biggest problems was A, communication. I think B, another problem I had is from my heritage, being a Saudi man, being a Saudi man, being raised in Saudi, coming from a different dialect. Who here is Arab? Who here is Arab? Who here is Arabic? Do you know in the Arabic language you say Habibti, Habibi, Yalla Habibti, Yalla Habibi? You say it a lot. This is a lot. This is something we say a lot, right, guys? For my Arabs here, this is something we say a lot. What is the definition of Habibti or Habibi? For Habibti, it means my love to a girl, and to Habibi, it means my love to a guy. I'm not saying I love you, but it just means this is just the way we talk. It's like in the UK when someone says, "Oh, what would you like to have, my love? What would you like to have for dessert?" Right? Do you know what I'm saying? Are you guys with me, chat? So when I go now and I say, "Oh, Habibti," when you translate it in English, it means, "Yeah, my love." Da, 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 da. For the Arabs who are in chat, Arabs compliment a lot, by the way. This is the way we communicate. Our way of communicating is compliments, 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 compliments. Like I could be in VC with one of my friends. I'll be, "Oh, you look good today." Right? MashaAllah, Habibti, you look good today. Or MashaAllah, Habibi, you look good today, right? That is not me trying to say it in any different way. That's just how Arabs communicate. It's like it's just a compliment. Because compliments for us are a bit different, right? the implication of it from a cultural standpoint, it's very different. Because yeah, you have to remember now, chat, cultural backgrounds, right? Backgrounds when it comes to culture is something that's very important. Are you guys deep in what I'm saying? Culture is something that you have to consider, and you have to consider someone's background when you look at a situation, right? So something I had to learn personally, right, was maybe 2-3 years ago, right, when I gave a lot of compliments to people, that can be perceived in a different way that I didn't expect. And chat, this is me bearing it all out completely and being as honest as possible, right? Maybe 2-3 years ago, I would talk to someone and maybe they think I'm flirting with them or something, right? Because, well, I'm just giving compliments, da 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 da. Or maybe I'm talking to a friend and they think I'm being super friendly for our first meeting, you know? Like I'm talking to Floatives and da 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 da. Can you imagine my first meeting with Floatives and I'm just immediately, oh, wallah, you look so amazing to give my love, da 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 da. You say, what's wrong with this fucking guy, right? You say, what's wrong with this fucking guy? It is the culture I come from. Is what I'm saying making sense to everyone right now? It's my cultural background. But here's the important thing. When you learn that it can be perceived in a certain way to other people, you have to go, oh, I have to maybe tone this down about myself because maybe it can make someone else feel uncomfortable. But I also think it is important for the other person to go, oh, I think it's also important for the other person to go, yo, you said this, I didn't really feel good about it, or da 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 da. And if somebody tells you, this is a very important thing, chat, and I'll die on this hill. If somebody sets a clear boundary and you break it, knowing that they've set a clear boundary, you are 100% in the wrong. There is no argument. Because they've set a clear boundary and they have articulated a clear boundary. And if you still break that boundary, you are completely in the wrong. There's no defending it. But how are you supposed to know someone's boundaries if they don't communicate it? How can you know that? How? I was just in a VC with the niche people right now, Minchali, etc. Right? What if one of them said something to offend me personally that goes against my boundaries, but I didn't say anything? And I just went and I said, the niche people are parasocial, they're horrible, I don't want to talk to them. How could they have known that they did wrong if I never communicated to them, oh, this makes me feel uncomfortable? How could they know? How could they know? Is everyone on the same page with me right now? Does anyone disagree with what I'm saying? Are we all on the same page? Because this is an open discussion, right? But this is a point I want to bring up. Chat, I think in the future, I think with a lot of situations, because you guys are part of the MoneySMP community, I just want you guys to do one thing for me. In the future, when you look at a situation, don't jump ship. Don't do this. Look at it from the angles that it deserves. What was said? What's the proof? What's the background? How was this? How was that? Think of a situation like you're a lawyer, right? And look at both sides and try to deeply understand a situation. How serious are the claims? What are the implications? There's a lot to go off of. Don't be part of the group of people that get their pitchforks out and immediately want to stab somebody. Because if you do that, you are part of the reason why people don't want to enter our community or view the community in a bad light. That is an important thing. You guys define the community you're a part of. And I can only speak to the MoneySMP community right now. I can't speak to another community. I can only speak to the MoneySMP community right now. And what I can say from the MoneySMP community right now is, if you guys don't want to be tolerable and tolerate people, right? Then I don't want you in my community. Respectfully. I understand that some topics hit home harder. I understand that we are more personally affected. And I'll never hold somebody for being personally affected about a topic. But you have to look at every side and you have to understand that people can make a mistake. Don't bring out the pitchforks because someone made a mistake. Don't crucify someone because they made a mistake. Don't hang them from the ceilings because they made a mistake. You know what you do? You hold them accountable. You hold them accountable. You don't forgive them. You hold them accountable for the mistake that they've committed. And then you look at them and you say, I might not support this person right now, but in 3-4 months, if they've improved as a person, are you going to still not support them? Because why? Oh yeah, they made a mistake and I never want to forgive them for that. What does that say about you as a person? By doing that, you're saying that you have never made a mistake. You're saying you personally have never made a mistake. You know? You're saying you personally, you've never made a mistake. Do all of you guys think that you're perfect? I hope not. Because I know all 880 people here right now have done a mistake. Imagine you did a mistake and nobody forgave you. No one forgave you for the mistake you made. Imagine that, chat. Imagine you made a mistake and nobody forgave you for the mistake you made. I just watched the clip and this thing is happening because like I'm sorry if this is offending too, but like this isn't serious at least. No, I think what he said was serious. I think you're misunderstanding. I think what he said was serious. I think his intention wasn't serious at all because he didn't intend to be this. And I think when you actually take all the facts together, and the fact that he apologized and he wants to do better, I think that's where the situation should end until there's signs that he's either taken accountability or he's not. Either he's improved or he didn't improve. But what more is the discourse? Is there any more discourse after that? What, like, chat, going back on the Chuck situation now, what do you want to do? Do we just say he's kicked from MoneySMP? We don't want him back? Do we just say he's kicked? You are not allowed in MoneySMP. Is that what we want? This is my take as an owner. I'll tell you what I did personally as an owner and the steps I took. And this is where the transparency with the community comes in place. No, wait, let me show you what I did first. I'll tell you. I told him this. I said, I think you should apologize. But I didn't force him. I didn't give him an ultimatum. I didn't tell him, oh, if you don't apologize, you're kicked from MoneySMP. Why? Because if I did that, the apology wouldn't have been genuine. But I'll be honest, if he didn't apologize, I wouldn't have had him back in the season. And after he apologized, I did communicate this. I said, I was kind of testing you. I want to see if you're going to apologize. You apologized. If he didn't apologize, myself, Bright, Tings, and Tay were in agreement, we were going to replace him. I'll be honest. Because you have to take accountability. Secondly, when it does come to taking accountability, I've said, if you say this in private, if you go in public, if you go from today on after your apology, this day on, this minute now, if you go back on your statement that you've made, I will personally remove you from MoneySMP. You will not be a part of the brand. And you will only have yourself to blame because people have given you the opportunity to learn. And now it's up to you to take that opportunity and show I'm genuinely sorry and it wasn't my intention. Because if you say it again, knowing the implications that it has, that is when I cannot forgive you. Because you know the implications it has now because you've learned and you've still done it. But when I talked to Chuck and when I talked to him in private, this is what he told me. He said he didn't know the implications. He didn't even know that he was removed, by the way. He woke up to all this. He woke up. He was asleep when the bomb exploded and then he woke up to everything happening. He was asleep. He didn't know. Chuck doesn't check Twitter. He's not on that part of the scene. Right? He wanted to make an apology in his YouTube video. And he's like, I don't know if I want to make an apology in my YouTube video. I said, Chuck, I don't care what you do whatever you think is best. I talked to some people in the VC and they said, Chuck's apology felt a bit rushed or a bit like Chuck. At the end of the day, Chuck's apology was short, but I feel like it was genuine. I will read out his apology, chat, because I can't pull it up on screen because there's issues with the webcam stuff. I will read out Chuck's apology. Okay. Hi guys, I wanted to address something I said recently. The other day on a live stream, I made a distasteful remark to describe a situation. I was in while PvPing with the Strength SMP crew. I've used the phrase before and never really thought about it deeply or was ever held accountable for it. I realized how that remark might affect people, especially victims. I never intended to upset anyone and I never realized it would hurt the people the way it did. I'm deeply sorry to the victims that are affected by what I said, as well as any fans that I doubt. Going forward, I need to be more mindful of what comes out of my mouth, especially in the heat of the moment. I appreciate you all. It's short, but that is just his honest feelings. Chat. I could have written his apology for him and you would have had a doc on a doc. Someone else, a professional, a genuine PR manager, or someone else could have written Chuck's apology for him, right? And that would have been a different scenario, right? 1 second, I just chat, I need to reply to my dad or else he's gonna kill me. Give me a second. Pops is gonna kill me. Oh fuck. Yo, chat. My dad's a funny guy. 1 second, I need to take a phone call. But anyways, chat, sorry, going back on it now. He could have wrote the most long apology ever, right? But it wouldn't have been genuine, right? It wouldn't have been a genuine apology. Listen, without naming names, without going, I think when you make a statement, you have to stick by your statement. You can't make a statement saying, I'm not going to do these things anymore, and then do them. That's what I have to say on certain matters. You can't make a statement. I think, unless it's a very extremely serious situation, as an owner, as somebody with power in this community, as somebody with a voice in this community that is probably stronger than other voices, it is very, very, very important to what? Use that in an important light. Hold everyone to the standard, though. I've never not held everyone to the standard. I've never not. If you can bring an example of me not holding someone to the standard, I will do whatever you want. Talk to me about a situation right now, any situation. I have held myself and the MoneySMP thing to the highest standard possible. When I say that I'm going to bring diversity to the MoneySMP, I will bring diversity. When I say I'm going to hold creators to a certain standard, I will hold them to a certain standard. When I say that I'm going to make MoneySMP there, I will. I said a year ago that I was going to get the smallest creators and I was going to make them partners. I did it. Okay? I said I was going to make pathways for small creators and I'm doing it. This is not to brag about me. This is not for me to flex. But when I do say something, I was raised by my father and my grandpa and my older friends in a way that your word is law. Your word is law. You can't be flippity floppity. Does that make sense? There's a lot of situations we can talk about. There's a lot of situations we can talk about. Right? And I'm not afraid to talk about situations. Chat, a lot of you are new to watching me. You know, 5 months ago, I only used to average 30 viewers, 30 to 40 viewers. It is unfamiliar territory to be averaging 100 to 200 viewers. It is unfamiliar territory to be averaging 100 to 200 viewers. So for those who don't know me, you might think he doesn't talk about these situations, but I have. I've been very vocal about situations on stream in the past. This isn't my job. If somebody doesn't like something I say, the door is that way. Big creator, small creator, if you don't like me as a person or what I have to say, because I've said something that is my opinion, the door is that way. But I will not hide my opinion. For what? Gratification? What do I get personally right now from making these promises of what I'm going to do for the community? I get 800 likes on Twitter, then what? I don't do it. So, I've just proven I'm a liar. What do I benefit? What do I generally benefit from doing that? But by that standard that I hold myself to, by making a promise and making a statement or making something and upholding myself to my own standards, respectfully, everyone in the MoneySMP and everyone that is associated with me has to hold themselves to my standards. That applies to Chuck, to Clown, to Tay, to Brian. All of them have to hold themselves to the standards I set as an owner. And if the standard that I set is honesty and transparency, then you have to be honest and transparent. And sorry if I'm getting passionate about it, because this is something I am very passionate about. Where do you draw the line on jokes and general behavior? The MoneySMP group, the MoneySMP community, undeniably is catered to an older audience than strength, lifesteal, bliss, etc. That is just the truth. If you watched MoneySMP from the beginning, you will know that MoneySMP is catered to an older audience. But the best way I can describe the line personally is a joke should be funny, not offensive. If I call Tay a fat fucking prick, because he is, everyone can tell from my tone of voice that I am joking. Why? Because your tone is important. Do you know what I'm saying? Your tone is important. Tone is important. If Floatives makes me call him daddy and twerk on an SMP, and I tell him to go kill himself, do I really want Floatives to kill himself? Am I now making fun of victims of that? No. I'm just telling Float to fucking kill himself because he did something wrong to me. Right? What was my intention behind that? What was my intention? But my thing is this. You will never... What about dark humor? The joke can fall flat sometimes. Okay. I think dark humor can fall flat. I think it can. I think when it does, you have to apologize. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry for that. There is a line you cannot cross with dark humor. Sometimes you don't know the line, but when you are called out for crossing that line, you have to make sure you never cross that line again. Is what I'm saying making sense? It's inevitable that someone will cross the line eventually. You have to apologize. Just a simple, I'm sorry. And I won't do it again. But you have to mean the sorry that you're saying. I can't just say, I'm sorry for calling Tay a fat cholesterol bastard. I'm not sorry for calling Tay fat on cholesterol. You know? I mean it. And I'll say it again. So I can't apologize for that. I'm sorry, I can't apologize for that. But I can't apologize for that. But if now going on to Chuck's situation and he made that joke, but he is genuinely very sorry. And I think Chuck, you can tell Chuck understood what to be sorry about because he addressed his apology straight to the victims who might have been insulted by that joke, not the people canceling him. He said, I am sorry to the victims who I've hurt by this joke. And I'm also sorry to the fans I let down. He understood the implications of it. That is the important thing. I also think it's important that if a joke generally makes you uncomfortable / hurts you, you should speak up. The person making the joke should apologize. 100%. 100%. 100%. Guys, listen, at the end of the day, No, don't call strength weird. Don't call tire weird. Don't do that. We're not doing that here. Jack Jazz, I know you're an average viewer. We don't do that here. We don't know what happened in their personal lives to make them react in a certain way. We have to show them empathy and compassion that they deserve. This is not to call anyone or do anything. I've never personally been affected by a situation like this. I've been very blessed to never have something so horrid and disgusting happen to me. So I can't speak for the people who have been affected by this, which is why I can't tell them how they should be feeling in this situation. No one has the right to tell them how they should feel or react in a situation like this. Nobody. Nobody has the right to tell them how they should feel and react in a situation like this. Because that is their experience and their trauma. Who are we to tell how you should react based on your own trauma, guys? But I think it's important to show empathy and compassion while also giving opportunity. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm sorry that this happened. I'm really, really, really sorry. And I will do my best to be better. I'll do my best to improve. And because I'm doing my best to improve, please give me the opportunity to improve. Because if you give me the opportunity to improve, you've just added a good person to the community. Or you've helped change someone. You've made someone a better person. Chat, you have to look at it from a different perspective. You've helped make someone better. You've helped now course correct somebody. Show them what's right and what's wrong. Isn't that a good feeling? Don't you feel better that instead of putting someone down, you've said, you're wrong, let me help you improve. Let me help you be better. Isn't that a better feeling just overall as a human being? How can you look at your fellow human being and say, I don't want you to succeed. I don't want you. That's so vile. It feels vile. I feel unless it comes into certain situations, I feel that we should, as a community, strive to help everybody improve who they are as a person. And that starts with accountability, with holding your favorite creators accountable. But after you're done holding them accountable and they've taken accountability, it's supporting your favorite creators through the change they're trying to make to be better. It's a process. It is a process. It is a process. It's not just A to B, because that's not genuine. It's A to Z. And A to B might be a straight line, and then B to C will be bumpy, but then C to D is a straight line. Everybody has a different path. And no one's saying you should forgive someone and move on and da-da-da-da. If something has really affected you deeply and you don't feel like you can forgive a person, that's fine. That is your boundaries. That is your boundaries. And no one should tell you otherwise at all. No one has the right to tell you otherwise. But in light, I think you should also try to find it within yourself to be like, you know what? Let me see if this person has tried to improve. Let me just see if they've tried to improve. You don't lose anything. What do you lose by someone who maybe you didn't like trying to become a better person? What do you lose from that? Unless you hated them for a different reason. Midnight just pulled up the example of he didn't like me because of things he might have heard. Now Midnight is a friend and my head mod, and Midnight manages practically mostly all the Souls related stuff. You see what I mean? People can do better. People can do better. Sometimes you don't know the full situations. You know, like I can tell the story. I remember when I first talked to Midnight, right? I wanted to make a all non-men MoneySMP, right? Midnight talked to me, right? And I remember Midnight's like, oh, it's kind of scary talking to you. And I was like, why is it scary talking to me, you know? Oh, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And I think something that's important is when I talk to Midnight, Midnight just explained to me, by holding an all non-male MoneySMP, you're kind of saying that non-males can't get into the actual MoneySMP or into the actual MoneySMP projects. So you have to make one for them. It kind of feels like you're secluding them or segregating them. I never viewed it from that lens. I didn't even think of that. I was like, shit, Midnight, you're right. That is a valid point. So what do I do then? Separation over inclusion. So what did I do? I said, you're right. Instead of doing that, we just have to open pathways for non-male creators to have the same opportunities as male creators. So it's not performative. Why do you think I held those interviews for 7 hours? I held those interviews, by the way, on some strong ass painkillers because I dislocated my right shoulder. And I was on the worst fucking painkillers. I was taking painkillers out the wazoo. That's why you guys saw me, I was sleeping most of the time. And that is why I had Lina and Malabar write all the notes. They wrote all the notes on all the people. And I've been reading those notes in my free time and looking at these people's channels. I haven't just been doing nothing about it. Right? I wasn't just doing nothing. And I saw a lot of people. I can tell you the people that I saw that I thought were good creators. Right? But like, how do I explain this, chat? This goes into the non-men issue. Without naming names, I think there's some people who think I'm like Jesus Christ of Minecraft, where I could just fix all the issues in the planet and make it better. I have to be honest, chat. That is not within my capabilities. I'm only in the SMP scene, primarily. You know? I can't fix the problems in the Minecraft scene. I can try. I can use MoneySMP as a model to fix it. But there has to be results. There has to be results. Think of this from a business standpoint now, right? If I say now that I'm going to bring diversity and inclusion and I'm going to promote small creators, but MoneySMP doesn't grow because of those results, because of that action plan, other businesses, other projects are going to say they tried to do it and it didn't work, so we're not going to do it, right? So it is my job to make sure that this system that I think is going to work, I make sure it works, because if it does work, why wouldn't everyone follow that method? Think about that. If it does work, if something works, people are going to do it. Scripted content worked, everyone went to scripted. Like, it's if my system now works, where it's actually better for an SMP to get a small creator and different types of creators than just big creators, I'm cooking. And I've already seen it working in my own eyes. Amir, Melissa, Gray, by the way. Look at these new ads in 24/7. Compare 24/7 from last season to this season, and this season has been exponentially better. Why? We refined the concept, but our ads have been a lot better. And when you look at the ads we're going to be adding next season, you will see we are upholding and we're keeping the promises that we've made. We're keeping the promise that we made, that I wrote out, because I made this promise, chat. And I will read out this promise I made, because you have to hold me accountable for this promise that I made to this community. And I'll read it out. 1 second. It's a bit far, innit? I wrote, adding on to this, there is an obvious discourse regarding the underrepresentation of non-men creators in the SMP scene. We can also put MoneySMP under that bracket. Many people were praising me for giving opportunities. I want you to understand how we go about these opportunities as an event organizer of something as competitive as MoneySMP. This event takes competition to the absolute max. I realize that the issue that's so prevalent in the scene right now is not the fact that we don't have enough talented female creators, but the fact that they are so rarely highlighted. I think something every non-male creator would hate to hear is, oh, we invited you because you're a non-male creator. It's not about meeting a diversity quota as an event organizer. It's simple. Our mission is to find the best talent we can nurture. Sorry, I can't read today as well. And grow that talent. There are thousands of talented non-male creators out there, but we have to open the pathways. For me, a really good example of someone who I believe is truly talented and got into the MoneySMP group because of that talent is Melissa. While this sounds great, it also sounds a bit performative. You know, it does sound performative, right? Without action, there's no purpose to the statement. This is how MoneySMP plans to take the action to stand behind our word. Firstly, I'll be making a document that lists all the non-mail creators on the MoneySMP radar with their tier, content, and small description of our current analysis of them. I'm still making this doc. It's going to take time, chat, because it is supposed to be a comprehensive doc. I can't just make bullshit. I'll be making this doc public so all event organizers in the PvP/SMP scene can use it. Second, we will continue to amplify our conversation with minorities in our inner community. MoneySMP's diversity is our greatest strength, with creators of varying gender identities, countries of origin, ethnicity, religion, and sexual orientations. Third, we will for sure bring back the mini and start work on more MoneySMP related side projects such as MoneySMP X Common, so those who are not PvP oriented can still be highlighted by our brand and close community, right? Fourth, to those individuals who do feel like they have the potential to join the MoneySMP group right away, I do encourage them to do YouTube if they are not already doing so. Unfortunately, the best way to grow an audience is through good YouTube videos. YouTube grows while streaming maintains, right? To make this more feasible, if you can't edit, that's fine. We've partnered with an editing company. And if you want to read it, I can link this chat for those who haven't read it, because it is long. I'll link it in the chat. Give me a second. If you just want to read that in your free time. But I didn't make that statement just to make that statement, right? I didn't make that statement just to make that statement. Right here is the statement. And you can use the statement to hold me personally accountable. There you go. Because at the end of the day, this goes back on, if I'm saying something, yeah, I have to stand by my opinion, right? But let's just get the cat out of the bag here, right? When it comes to the main MoneySMP roster, we have a problem. What is our problem? We're very loyal to our current group of friends who have been there since step one, right? Day one. Unfortunately, we were all guys when we started this, because we were all friends before content. So when you look at the core cast of MoneySMP, you tend to see a more male-dominated group. It is because it's a competitive PvP scene thing, right? Something I think people need to realize is in this community, right, there is an abundance of talented non-male creators. But there's also just numbers. There are just percentage-wise more guys than girls in this community. It's not a bad thing. Doesn't mean girls can't make as good content as guys. Doesn't mean girls can't PvP like guys. It's just there are more guys. It's like guys are like these fucking ogres and there's a billion of them. They just keep fucking coming. Like, get the fuck out of here. We don't like you, man. Am I right? I'm joking. I'm a fucking guy. But still, you know, jokes aside, you know, performativeness aside, right? Like, fuck it, bro. I was about to like drink some matcha as well. But hey, listen, performativeness aside, there is just a percentage. There is inherently more guys than girls in the scene. So when you look at events, especially in the PvP scene, you'll probably see more guys than girls. Is that events trying to not be exclusive? No. That is just events holding the same standards. I have a question, chat. I have a question now. This is an honest question. I want your opinion. I'm opposed to hypothetical. Give me your opinion. Consider this an open discussion between us. This is as open as we're going to get. Should I now invite a non-male creator who doesn't meet the standards that we set just to make a diversity hire? Or should I invite the male creator who does meet those standards when it comes to... And the standards we set aren't size-based, by the way. Not how big you are doesn't matter. It's how consistent you are. It's how much you want to work for it, how much you want to grind for it. You know, it's a real... Melissa is a very good example. She had 1K subs, but she was invited because she really wanted to make it work, and she's making it work. So, if we agree now that standards have to stay, then inevitably you will have more guys than non-male creators for one reason. Just because there are more guys. It's just a numbers game. I don't know the fucking percentages, but you could say there is more guys than girls. But you have to make your standards applicable to all. How do you make standards applicable to all? And I hope people can understand this point now. Not basing it off someone's size as a creator. So you have to look at different metrics. For example, do they stream every day? Do they interact with their community? Do they try their best to produce good content? How do you fix this? How do you fix the problem? Because if you only look at size, if anything, you could make an S&P that is all non-male. You're not fixing the problem. If anything, you're adding to the problem. What I said might just sound crazy, but I'll explain it. There is this big S&P, right? Big S&P. All non-male creators. It's very good. It's highlighting all the non-male creators in the scene, but it's highlighting the big non-male creators in the scene. So you're not really adding more non-male creators to the scene. You're just highlighting the big ones. Are you making a change? No, you're highlighting these big non-male creators for a month. So how do you make a change? How do you genuinely make an impactful change? It's simple. You make an impactful change by opening pathways. So in football, we have this thing called academies and grassroots. And I'm about to explain this in the best way I can, right? I need to bring up my Microsoft Paint because I'm a very visual person when it comes to explaining. Okay, chat? Please, everyone, bear with me. I'm gonna sound like I'm a bit of a mad person now, okay? But please, everyone, bear with me. This is something that I've been working on for so long, and this is something that I am very actually passionate about, right? All right, let me pull this up. Transform, fit the screen. Chat, let me know when you see this. Let me know when the Microsoft Paint has been pulled up. Has it shown on the screen for you guys? No, it still hasn't. Oh my god, this is horrible. This is so bad. This is so bad. This is so bad. All right, one second, chat. One second. I'm just gonna have to explain it with one second, chat. One second. Give me 1 second. I just need to hold up. Is there a paper or something I have here that I can write something down? This notebook is completely full. Fuck me. I'm just a stupid fucking chud. By the looks of it. Alright. 1 second. Alright. Chat, let's actually analyze the problem right now, okay? This is my analysis of the current problem that we have with the non-male creator issue. Right? So right now we have a majority of male creators. Why? Because it is just easier for male creators to get an opportunity, right? I think it is easier for male creators to get an opportunity than non-male creators. So right now we have this massive, very visible, like, majority of male creators, right? Right here. This is a very big majority. They're so easy to spot. The circles are big. They're easy to spot, right? We have not as many big non-male creators, but those non-male creators who are big are pretty fucking big. If you look at like Tina Kitten, for example, Hannah Rose, etc., these are amazing creators. They are really talented, amazing creators who deserve to be where they are. They are very big, right? There's obviously a lot more that you can mention, right? There's a lot more you can mention. But you agree that there's jumper, there is big ones, right? And when they're big, they're big. So, when they're big, they're big. So, what happens now is this is the mistake we make. This is the mistake we make. When we make an S&P, right? when we make an SMP, let's say I've made an SMP, I've made a money SMP, right? I've made a money SMP right now, and I want to show that I'm trying to promote diversity, right? So what I do is I invite a lot of these big non-male creators, and I invite some of the male creators as well. Do you see the chart I'm looking at, chat? Do you see this right now? This is the SMP, right? This looks like really good diversity, right? Are you with me, chat? Doesn't this look like really good diversity? It's not. This is not good diversity. I'll explain it to you now. Why? Because the number here has not changed. There is still an overwhelming lack of non-male creators, or there's still a big amount of male creators. So, what do? How do you fix that? Right? I'll explain it now, chat. How do you fix that? How do you fix that? How do you fix this problem, this situation? It's simple. The solution is so simple, but people don't want to do it because it takes time. It takes a lot of time. I'll show it to you now. You don't just add more females. You just don't. You don't add more female players to add more female players. Chat, you're getting it wrong now. You're getting it wrong, chat. Nope. You're getting it wrong now. What do? You look at this, right? Chat, I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna show you something, chat. I'm gonna show you something. Right? Chat. This is creators who don't have an SMP right now, right? These are creators who don't have an SMP right now, right? The small circle are the non-male creators. The big circles are the male creators. It is inevitable that the male creators will stand out more because there's a bigger number of them, right? I'll explain it. It's inevitable. But what you have to do is you have to create standards that will divide it in a fair way. So what are the... Chat, let's think about this all together now. What are standards that we could create that don't go based off how big a current creator is, that can give everyone an equal and fair opportunity? A, how consistent are they, right? Consistency. That's the first thing. B, quality of content. No, quality of content. Quality of content. Lastly, just judge by quality, not gender or race. Exactly. Just judge by quality, not gender or race. And I'll explain to you why this works. Consistency, quality of content, and let's go on to our last, this is the most important point. When you do the interviews, you can kind of tell how they would vibe with the group. So we'll go off vibe, right? So, chat, right now, these are the 3 things that we've written down, right? Are you guys with me? Or is anyone confused and needs me to re-explain? Are you guys with me so far? We are with you. Okay, perfect. So now I'll explain it. Ready? By using these filters, what we can do is we can filter out all of this. So these smaller non-female creators who maybe didn't stand a chance just based on numbers, because maybe they were averaging 3 viewers or 2 viewers, now they're not being judged based off that. They're judging on their consistency, their quality of content, and their vibe. So now, what happens when you filter it? You'll still get more males than non-males just because of the number of them. But what you will get female creators who are small but do have a lot of potential. So, what you get now is this, right? Look here. There are these small non-male creators, and there are these male creators. They have the potential, all of them. So what do you do now? Now this is where you go, okay, let me uplift this creator. Why? Because she has the qualities and she deserves to be uplifted. Not because, oh, you're not a male, so you're in. No. You meet the criteria, you are a worthwhile investment, let's do it. Let's do it. And because of that, you get diversity. Going back up on the pathways now. Maybe right now, you aren't good enough for the main MoneySMP roster. That's not an insult. But a lot of people have had to work hard to get into the main MoneySMP roster. A lot of people have had to work hard to get into the main MoneySMP roster. Proper, our best friend, had to play 2 seasons in the mini to get into the main MoneySMP roster, right? Proper had to play 2 seasons in the mini. And that's our best friend. So you know these standards are upheld without bias. Proper only got into the main when you saw his viewers were increasing, he was streaming more consistently, etc. So, as a MoneySMP owner, what can I do right now to maybe make it more accessible? It's simple. By making the MoneySMP mini, the MoneySMP mini isn't just a mini, it's an academy. This is where you can grow yourself as a creator. Look at Ravioli. Look at Amir. Look at Sophie Live. Etc. Isaac the Waffle. Curbs. I mean, I can go on and on and on and on. Okay. What if someone is not good at PvP? That's fine. If someone's not good at PvP, we'll make a MoneySMP cobble and we'll do this. My goal is to use the MoneySMP brand to give as many opportunities as possible. Will there be a MoneySMP mini? Will there be a MoneySMP mini? I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure yet. I don't think that's within the works. But there will be a MoneySMP mini, right? And when we do the MoneySMP minis, I have to give you guys context. There will always be a few big creators in the mini because those big creators give the spotlight to the small creators. You can't just add all small creators because as of right now, MoneySMP as the name is not big enough. It's not. We're not Lifesteal. If any of you guys were to randomly join Lifesteal today, you start averaging 200, 300 viewers. MoneySMP isn't like that. Not yet. I hope MoneySMP can be like that. We're not there just yet. And that's fine. But we're not there just yet. Do I think MoneySMP can reach those levels? I think. But my goal with MoneySMP is not to grow us as an SMP. I have a completely different vision. I want to grow MoneySMP as a brand. I want MoneySMP to be known as the people who are in MoneySMP and not just as the 5-day competitive event, not just as 24/7, not just as the mini, not just as Cobblemon, right? Thing is, you're looking at it from an SMP side. SMPs are really PvP focused. I think the reason why non-male creators have struggled PvP-wise is because the PvP scene is toxic and they have not been given an environment to improve. On the MoneySMP practice server, there's a lot of non-male creators who practice in PvP on there. Why? Because that's a safe place. They aren't made fun of for being bad. They are educated on how to be better. Just because you're an F tier doesn't mean you can't. Tap, I was an F tier in season 3 and I became a B tier. It is, hello? Like, am I better at PvP than a non-male creator? No. I just put the time into it. But I also have the thing because I am a guy. I don't get shit on. I also have the opportunity because I have a private server where I can train on. You know what I mean? So nobody's gonna shit on me. I have the resources to train privately. Do you know if I had to just sit in public servers and train and just get my ass whooped all day? Of course I wouldn't want to fucking train. But this brings me to another thing I want to do. Maybe sprinkle in some more non-PvP or PvE games. Those don't work for MoneySMP, unfortunately. We can do a MoneySMP Cobblemon. You know, we can do non-PvE events, but we can't do games in the actual MoneySMP that are PvE. They just don't work for videos. It's just factually proven. We tried it. It doesn't work. We are also running a brand here. We're running a business, right? So what is the solution I am trying to develop right now? Simple. The solution I am personally trying to develop is when I do invite a creator, immediately they have access to MoneySMP practice. And for those who don't know, right, on MoneySMP Prac right now, we have a lot of high tier 1 PvPers, high tier 2 PvPers, And we have this massive Discord with 140 people that is just small creators, big creators, any of the creators that we think have the opportunity, right? And we have this practice ping roll where people can just join and practice and learn. You know what I mean? Join, practice, and learn. Join, practice, and learn. I think nowadays people are gonna jump gun and they're gonna say, "Oh, because you're a non-male creator, you're cheating." Because what the Marlo Danger Mario person has put such a stain on the reputation of the community, and I also think anybody who uses that as the standard and says, "Oh, a non-male can't be good at PvP because Marlo was cheating," is just fucking stupid. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. My dick doesn't make me click faster. If anything, it makes me heavier. So it's like, it's stupid. It is a stupid argument. It is a very, very, very stupid argument, right? And without naming names, the person who said that is maybe they were trying to articulate it differently, right? Maybe they were trying to articulate it differently. That's fine. Maybe we didn't understand the point they were trying to make. But it was an interesting point. That's all I'll say. This is where PR comes in. It was an interesting point. It was a very interesting point. I mean, fuck, bro, have you seen who owns the fucking tier list now? Have you seen who owns the tier list? I mean, fuck, come on. The tier list is cooked. There's nothing more to fucking say on it, but the tier list is owned by a cheater. Like, they have a server in Tel Aviv. You have a server in Tel Aviv. There's a big I am evil sign right there. As an Arab, bro, that shit gets me a bit worked up. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's so stupid. So stupid. But that doesn't mean Flow PvP is amazing. I own 25% of Flow PvP. I own 25% of Flow PvP. Flow PvP isn't the best right now. It's rushed. There's cheaters. It's toxic. But that's just an inherent issue with the community. It's an inherent issue with the PvP community. And I don't see this changing. It's not something I see changing. Because it's not going to change, because all we're doing right now is talking about it and not implementing action. So it's not going to change. And people like Floatives are trying their damn fucking hardest to make it change. Behind the scenes, every day, like, I need to make this. Do you know I had a conversation with Floatives and he was telling me he was really disappointed in the way his community acted during season 5 when they were sending hate to other chats because he kind of allowed that. He didn't address it quick enough. And he felt really bad about that because he felt that stained him personally. It didn't, because we know Floatives is a good guy. But it's just the PvP scene in and of itself is not going to change. Because I'm talking to the SMP scene right now. The PvP scene is a different monster. The PvP scene is just a different monster. So just going back and highlighting on these issues, right? All of us can talk. I can talk right now. I can draw you a fucking graph and it can still be fucking talk. Right? I can draw you this graph right now. It can still be fucking talk. I mean, look, listen. An issue with MoneySMP. We are toxic. As a group of guys, we are very fucking toxic. I think it is very hard for someone who's maybe more into like the kind, nice SMPC to come into MoneySMP and be like, oh, because you'll just see one day I just tell Aero to go fucking kill himself because he's a stupid fat donkey. And people will think, oh, these guys are very fucking toxic, right? Without understanding that we've been friends for 5-6 years, you know? But I can understand where that comes off of being toxic. It is a very competitive event. It is very mentally draining. You guys are watching for like 14, 15 hours at a time. And you guys are like repping your teams big time, right? It comes off as toxic and that's fine. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think as people we're gonna change. I have to be honest. Like, we're talking about taking accountability. I don't think we're gonna change as people. No, I can't lie. I don't think we're gonna change when it comes to how we insult each other. If anything, this has only motivated me to insult Luigi Ton a bit more. Because Luigi Ton is stupid. And Tay is fat and annoying. Right? But Jokes aside again. Jokes aside. Sorry. I can go serious for a bit, but then I gotta like tone it back down to be a bit, to be a bit souls, But it's all stems from intention. It all stems from intention. Stop the Twan hate. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. Whoa, 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 partner. We're talking about serious topics. We're trying to not make jokes here, partner. Calm down there. Calm down there. Keep the Twan hate. Keep it going. Keep the Twan hate going, chat. Keep it going. Don't stop right now. No, 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 no. Keep Twan hate going. Don't stop. 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 Keep Twan hate going. 1 second. Oh, I'm a fat fucking chud. Sorry, I just lost $200 in roulette. How could I? Oh shit! Wait, I won 400 though. Alright. Okay, back on topic. Back on topic. I took my little mental break. I might have ADHD or something. I'm not gonna lie. I think I might have ADHD or something. Like I can't. I don't know. But anyways, back on the thing. Back on the thing. Back on the thing. Listen, chat. Listen. Talking about these topics. Talking about these topics now. Right. I think it's very important that we also have to hold people accountable to the same standard. We have to hold people accountable to the same standards, But you also have to understand the behind the scenes, I think. Can I say this? Can I? Sorry, I don't know what I am still a creator, and I don't want to say too much without getting in trouble with maybe people behind the scenes. I have to be somewhat PR, chat. Believe it or not, I am somewhat tied with what I can or cannot say sometimes, right? But I think we have to hold everyone to the same standards, and we have to hold everybody to the same level, And I think we have to, as a community, right? We sometimes just have to be. I think SMP organizers and SMP owners have to be very transparent about how they run their SMPs or the process of running it. I think that is very important. The community should know how their favorite projects are being run, or what the plans are for their favorite projects, or I think it's very important to also interact with the community, right? Like, how to explain it? Something I do personally, and this is not to show that I'm amazing, is on my own Discord, whenever I have a question or situations, I always ask my entire Discord, guys, what do you think about this? Can you educate me on this? Or can you enlighten me? And then I get into VC with people from the community and they teach me. And I'm very grateful to them. I'm very grateful to Minchelli. I'm very grateful to Jazz. I'm very grateful to Ailey, to XP, to Dylan. Like, I can go on and on and on and on. Like, I'm so grateful I commissioned art about my VIPs. Let me show you, chat. Ian the Peacock, etc. Right? Sorry, chat. Give me 1 second. I want to show you guys this really cool art. Where is it? Psychedelic. This is just a sketch, by the way. This isn't the finished project, chat. This is not the finished project. Right? But I'm going to pull it up on my streaming. Here, chat, look at this. So, for example, this is some people from my community, like Ian, like Jay, Midnight, etc. Right? I thought it was just pretty fucking cool. You know? aliens. I thought it was really fucking cool. You know? Yes, that's you, Midnight. Right? This was done by Psychedelics. They're in the chat. Everyone W Psy. Right? I think, right? Yeah, I'll zoom in on it for you guys. I'll zoom in on it for you guys. This is not done, by the way. This is just a sketch. So, you know, I can't zoom in on it. I'm a fat chad. But anyways, you guys will see the completed art piece later. But back on subject. Back on subject. Chat, let's get back on subject. Let's get back on subject. Let's get back to the subject, right? I think creators, this is something creators have to understand as well. Because this is something I always tell the MoneySMP people. And anyone in MoneySMP can vouch this. Always interact with the community, no matter how big you fucking are. I don't care if you have 10 million subs or anything. If you want to be part of this MoneySMP brand right now, it is a community-driven brand. It is a community-built brand. It is a brand for the community. And if you are not interacting with the MoneySMP community, I don't want you in your thing. Your community makes you. Why are we making content if it is not for the community? It's for bullshit. If we're not trying to cater to our community, right? So you have to, this is important. This is why you'll see us will interact and this. Do you know all the time when I see fan art in the thing, I always I forward it straight to the creator. And I always say, respond to the artist. Praise them, respond. If you look at the MoneySMP fan art Discord, you'll see all the creators always responding to all the fan art, right? And it's important because you have to make the people feel welcomed in your community. You have to feel like, fuck, I like being here, you know? Don't bully community members for being Luigi Top 5. Well, hold up now. I said welcome people into the community, not tolerate satanic worshippers. Right? Happy birthday, Dania. Dania, la, 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 la. Anyways. Back to the thing. You have to be very transparent and honest with your community, right? So, I think this. Going back on every situation I've said, because I'm going to give a recap now. A, I think we should hold people accountable, but we should give people the opportunity to grow and change and be better. B, I think when we talk about the prevalent issues in the scene, talk has to be accounted with action, and there has to be genuine action and genuine strategy with that action. When it comes to upholding people to standards, standards have to be upheld no matter race, gender, and not as diversity quotas. It's about giving people the equal opportunities and creating a system where everybody can have an equal opportunity. Third, I think it's important to respect and tolerate your community. I think it is important to interact with them. I think it's important for the money. I think it's also important to not just respect and tolerate your community, to do your community right. To do your community right. You know, I've been teasing MoneySMP merch for the longest time. And I'll be honest, I've been arguing out the fucking wazoo with the merch people. Back and forth. I am their worst fucking person that they have to work with. Because I'm always just arguing with them okay, we can make it cheaper, but then it's not 100% cotton. Fuck you! What do you mean not 100% cotton? And we just start arguing back and forth for 3 hours. When it comes to artists, you have to treat artists with respect. I'm unloading everything right now. Something that the MoneySMP group does that I'm sure no other group does is when it comes to selling posters, artists will get 25% of the profit. So how that works is the merch company will get 50%, and it's usually the artist gets 10%, and then we get 40%. The MoneySMP group will forfeit from our own percentage, so we make less money, not the company. We personally make less money, so artists can be paid more. And you can vouch what I'm saying is true because Psychedelics is part of the art team and they've seen me talk about it and promise this in private and show exactly how we're going to do it. So I've been very fully transparent about that with the artists as well. This isn't me just saying this now to appease you guys. No, this is something that has been the case for a while and we're just working on how we want to print it and stuff, you know? But then there is more to it, right? There is more to it. There is more to it, chat. There is obviously more to it. There's more to it. It's not just about all of these things I'm promising you. Listen, why am I mentioning all these points? These points aren't, look how good of people we are. No. I think everything I've said right now is the only way to build a successful brand. Because I'm gonna give you the scientific reason behind it. If I'm giving artists a bigger cut, it is the moral thing to do, but it also motivates them more to work on the project and to help grow the project. It's also a psychological thing. If I'm interacting with my community more, it is the moral thing to do. It also makes my community closer attached, which in turn gives us a stronger community, which is better for the brand. If I'm helping smaller creators, I'm giving them opportunities, but when a smaller creator grows because of MoneySMP, their name is in turn tied to MoneySMP, which means their growth is a symbiotic relationship with MoneySMP, which is only positive for the brand. Do you see how you can still do very good things for the community while it's still very beneficial for your brand? You don't lose by doing good things. If anything, you just make your brand more appealing. This is business 101. This is genuinely business 101. If you study business, organizational, and structure right now, right? If you study business, organization, and structure, you will understand what I'm saying is not just about being a white knight of the community, because I'm not. I'm not a white knight of the community. I'm not trying to be fucking Jesus. I'm not trying to be an angel. I'm just trying to build the best brand I can while upholding my own standards as a human being. Right? And by upholding my own standards of a human being and by building an organization and a structure that is in my vision that I think will work well, it will make MoneySMP big. I will profit off it greatly. Everyone will profit off it greatly. And the community will profit. I will profit. The artists will profit. I've made a system now where everybody can profit off the brand, not just me. Has what I said made sense? Let me repeat this. This is not me trying to be a good person or an amazing person. This is me trying to run a brand the best way I think possible. And to run a brand the best way that I personally think possible, it's by doing right to everybody who works on the brand. Because I'm not saying these things to show you that I'm a good person. I'm saying these things from a business perspective to show you how I think from a business standpoint. You have to understand this, chat. I'm kind of confused. What's your question, Vita? Go ahead, ask your question. What is your question? How about this, chat? How about this? I'm gonna make a stage. I'm gonna make a stage in my Discord right now. I will pull people who have questions one by one, genuine questions. And I will talk to you right now. I will interact with the community right now and I'll answer all your questions if you have questions. Let's go. If you have a genuine question. Can one of the mods make the stage for me? Mods, help me! Mods, please help me! Mods! Mods, help me! Sorry. Midnight, please help me. Midnight? Midnight, help me, please. Ailey, you can be in the VC. I don't care. Let me give you mod perms. Ailey. Alright, there we go. Alright, I'm gonna make a stage right. How do I make a stage? Am I old? I'm a bit old, chat. I don't know how to make a stage no more. Oh, there is a stage. Alright, everyone join the stage. I gotta put on my headphones again. Gotta put on my headphones again. You can join the stage for whatever, but if you have a genuine question, now's the time to ask. Machine! Bro, Ultra Kill is so peak. Machine! You've got to fight that. I will grind you down. Your propane form. Alright, who has a question? Raise your hand. If you have a question, raise your hand. And Midnight should move. Sorry, Ailey should move you. Actually, matter of fact, I'm gonna move Ailey in here, and Ailey will move you. Matter of fact, Ailey will speak for me. I can't even raise my hand. Why can't you raise your hand, chat?
Why am I speaking?
Because I'm scared and I'm shy.
Bro, it's so fucking late.
I can't be fucking shy no more. Like, what's up with you?
Berber, you can't be shy looking.
This override is currently disabled for stage channels. Alright, chat, just put one if you put one in the chat if you have a question. I'm not going through fucking Discord settings. Alright. Vita Dex 1. Alright. Alright, what's your question?
Alright, my question is how do you make a profit without losing? Because like you need to pay for the servers, for the price,
Good
for
question.
the artists, for the
Good
members.
Good question. So,
Yeah.
for example, if we're doing merch, right? If we're doing merch right now, and let's say we're selling AiroKun merch, AiroKun gets 100% of the profit from his merch. But statistically speaking, from merch websites, you know when you're about to check out and you get that recommended tab?
Yeah.
That is 30% of all merch sales. So you'd probably get a MoneySMP hoodie recommended to you. And psychologically, you'll think, oh, I already bought the AiroKun set. Why don't I buy the MoneySMP hoodie as well? And that's how you can make profit. And because you're making profit, because it's made to order and not purchased in bulk, you have zero collateral. So it's just from 0 to 10, for example. So you do make profit on that. When you're talking about art as well, art is made to order. It's not made with a bulk. You don't order 100 posters and then say, I'm going to sell 100 posters, unless you're very confident you're going to sell 100 posters. What you do is you say, okay, Vita has brought this poster. Now we're going to print it for him and then we're going to sell it. So it's confirmed that we're going to make a profit on it. Even if it's less of a profit, it's still a profit. Does that make sense?
Makes sense. Yeah.
Any other questions?
Okay, and how do you pay for the service and prize money? Do you also use the merch and stuff?
With service and prize money, I'm glad you asked. So first of all, most of it has come out of my pocket. But with the addition, this is why we want to do merch, chat. Because if we do merch and posters, it will be easier to fund the prize pool. We also do sponsorships, like with Lunar, who help and etc. So last season we did the Lunar partnership and we did the Lunar capes, right? And those also made us good things, which actually helped us do. We were still in the red. We still lost money, but we lost a lot less money. So if we keep going the way we are, soon we'll be able to make MoneySMPs profitable. But it takes time. It's a vision. For any business, you need investment to make profit. You can't just start from zero and make profit. You know what I mean? Undoubtedly, money makes money. So you just need to have good backing beforehand, to be honest.
Oh, all right.
Because if you look at, like, for example, this is just how the world works, where if you want to make a really good Minecraft server, you need a lot of money, right? And with a lot of money, you can make a really good Minecraft server. And a really good Minecraft server will make you a lot of money. What is the big problem in this situation? You still need money.
Yeah.
It's why making a business, a lot of the time, a lot of people fail because they don't have the money.
All right.
So you, inevitably, you do need money to make money. That is just the honest truth of it. Obviously, it's not all the time, but you need money to make money most of the time.
All right, yeah, that makes sense. Thanks, old.
No problem. But I don't think that I'm going to buy money through merch and getting Aero's merch anyways would be that effective, respectfully. Sweet Chavi, you say that, but statistically, go on any clothing website right now, try to check something out, and you're always going to get recommended. Maybe you won't do it, but 30% of people do it. And this is just a fact. This isn't a made up thing. This is a fact. So you personally won't do it, but someone else will do it. It's just factual. And you also have to understand, if all the creators are in one central area, if we have AiroKun merch, Luigi merch, Dumb is Dumb merch, Ghosty Fruit merch, Will merch. I'm leaking right now, and there's more. There's more than this. I Am Storms merch, etc. There's more. There's more than those names. I promise you. There's 30 creators.
Stop it.
Oh.
Right? All of those on one website. Then yes. Let's not forget the Moxolzi merch. There was a joke hoodie we were gonna. So chat, there was this joke hoodie we were gonna sell, but we decided not to. Where it was like, "Fuck MoneySMP" here, and then on the back it said "Fuck Souls," and it was gonna be like an April Fool's hoodie. So we're thinking about just giving it to the mods, or maybe selling it as a 1-day complete joke deal, just as a fucking joke, really. That's exclusive. Anyways, Vita, thank you so much. Is there any other questions?
Thank you as well. Nah, thanks.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Who has a question next?
Just figured out how to move people to and from the stage, by the way. I speed
Congrats!
round.
I love it when you discover anime fine. Just when you learn new technology at your age.
Wish I could learn the PvP, but hold on. At my age?
What did I say? Who said that?
That's what I thought there.
Who said that? Who said that? Who said that? Who said that? Hi, Jay. What's up? Talk to me.
Hello. Oh my God. So there's obviously content people who want to become content creators. Do you think MoneySMP will help people like become that, or offer any like help? I guess I don't know how to properly explain it. My apologies, but
So someone wants to become a content creator, and MoneySMP would help them become a content creator. They're not like already a content creator. They want to start their journey.
so for example, someone brought up earlier like a goal. The varsity, there was a goal, and there was a man that had the qualifications. Would you help the goal have the same qualifications if you still wanted Full to be in MoneySMP too? Like,
so wait, if a guy had the same qualifications as a girl, would I pick one or the other, or would I help them both?
Yeah, like that. Like, would you still help the goal to get the qualifications to become a part of MoneySMP too?
Interesting. I think that's something we were talking about. Like, I'm not sure of the logistics behind it right now, so I can't say definitely yes, because I just don't know how to do that just yet. That is not within my skill range, right? But what I do think is will probably help in the ways we can. I think the first thing that we personally want to do is, I know we want to make a MoneySMP public server, and I think something that's very important with content is PvP, and we want to just have people be able to play the MoneySMP game modes publicly for free, and also people be able to practice the MoneySMP kit publicly for free in a safe environment that we can moderate, in a safe, secure environment, because I think we have good moderators. I look at WheelSG. Obviously, there's been some problems with that in the past, but I trust the moderators on WheelSG, because you are the manager for that, Jay, last I checked.
No, I'm not.
Not anymore?
A few months ago. No, life got busy, man, and I was having health problems.
Okay. Without crates? I don't know if we're going to do crates. But anyways, there's something I want to talk to you about mods later. We can talk about it later. Chat, if you didn't know, I don't involve myself with the mod team, believe it or not. I just kind of delegate. Sorry, I just don't have the time. Like, this is not, I just trust other people. So I don't involve myself when it comes to the mod stuff. But anyways, I think lots of delegate. Yeah, lots of delegate.
All right, well, that sounds good.
But yeah, no, I think we will try to find a way, but no promises just yet. But I think we'll try to do something. Maybe like a MoneySMP Academy or something. Maybe we take a week where it's like just whoever wants to join, we'll give you classes for a week. Literally, it could be a big event. Why not? That would be a really cool. Can you imagine a MoneySMP Academy where anyone could fucking join, and they have to actually like listen? Like, we get YouTubers to give genuine advice. Like, they come in, and like a big YouTuber comes in for an hour, they give you like genuine advice, and like it's a schoolroom in Minecraft, and they tell you this is the tips to making videos, these are the tips to streaming, and then like you have somebody who actually gives you some tips and training for PvP and stuff. 1 day YouTube, 1 day PvP, 1 day. Ooh, you just gave me an idea. That could be peak.
Does that work?
That could be peak. Good. That could be peak. Yo, Tay, if you're in the chat, write that down. Tay, if you're in the chat, write that down. Mods, write that down. Mods, clip this so I don't forget in about 30 minutes. Mods, help me. Mods.
I'll send you a text, Bray.
Yeah. Ailey, where would I be without you? I'd be dead.
Thank you, Ellie.
Would not. Just would not. Bro.
I know, but I'm in a good mood today.
Baby shy pie.
Yeah, I'm up here because Allie doesn't want to be lonely.
Thank you.
Bro, stop shouting. It's 1 a.m. Yo, Token, you're 5'1", so I don't know why you're getting pissy at me for. All right. Who else has another question? Did I answer your question?
Lush with
Yes.
T.
All right, thank you. You can stay up
Next
if you want.
up.
All right. I need ones. Need
Am I
ones. Don't
am I
add Lush,
inviting
by the way.
Lush?
He's
Oh,
a bullshitter.
Okay, wolf skills.
I can do this. Never mind. I don't need to.
Hi.
Hello.
Okay.
What's up?
Alright. I have one question. If you don't want to like entirely answer this, I 100% could like understand and everything. But I remember you were talking about like something that you would do whenever you would add creators to like, let's say like the Money Mini, or even people from the Money Mini to like the main, because they've like been like meeting these like expectations and stuff, and they've been like showing growth and everything. My question is, what do you do if like a certain creator were to like start almost experiencing regression in that sort of area? Like, let's say like originally they were like super duper for it, and they were like super locked into the content and everything, and then they started like having major growth, and then they just kind of start falling back without like a full explanation of like what is happening.
Then I
Would
wouldn't.
it
I'd put them on the sidelines until they fix themselves. AiroKun is not in season 6,
Oh, okay.
and
Okay,
AiroKun's been in
okay.
how many seasons? And that's just simply because he wasn't locked in on the content, and that's our friend. Nap wasn't invited to season 5 because he wasn't locked in on his content.
Okay.
I think if someone is experiencing a regression, you have to look at the reasons why they're experiencing a regression. So first, the conversation has to be had. I can't just punish you right now for getting less views, even though you're trying the same amount, because that's just YouTube and you're going wrong with it. But if you're not uploading as frequently, you're uploading every 4 months now, the videos have lost the quality, you're not really pushing, you feel safe, why is it fair to let you keep the opportunity over someone hungrier, someone more dedicated, someone who really needs it, someone who wants to work for it?
Yeah.
So everyone should be held to an equivalent standard. Obviously, they're not held to a standard because how Tings is still in MoneySMP playing events is outrageous. He hasn't even made a season 1 video, but that's a whole other discussion because he's just a fraud. But he's an owner, so what can you do about it?
I just want to say,
Yeah.
Subzek made his MoneySMP video in 4 days, yet it's taking things like actual years.
Yeah.
No, that is ridiculous. It is insane how fast Substack was.
Yeah.
Like,
when
with
did
that.
Clampius last
like,
upload? Yeah, but chat, Clampius pulls in 1,000 viewers every stream.
That's true.
Yeah,
He's just active on YouTube. He's so very
you have
active.
to. He pulls in 1,000. It's fucking Clown Pierce. He pulls in 1,000 viewers every stream. The event wouldn't be as big without Clown.
Mm-hmm.
Jude Low does the same. Yeah, but Jude Low isn't a member of the core cast. This goes back to loyalty.
Yeah, and then I do have a second question, but I think it is a little bit more Timmy, so I'm sorry if it is.
Go ahead.
But it was so. If like let's say there's like somebody that you guys are sort of like looking at with like MoneySMP and everything, what do you think would be something that could like get a creator from being they have potential but we're not entirely sure to let's start testing them and stuff, like how do I explain it?
That's a good
Like going
question.
from like a creator who's like you're kind of looking at but you're like I'm not entirely sure whether or not we want to like add them or not, to let's add them to like the MoneySMP hangout or maybe even the mini and see how they do. Like how do you like what would be good steps to do that final push, or what are some things that you notice like other people like lack or things that you see from other, I don't know. Yeah.
Okay. What's the next
hi,
MoneySMP season? Season 6 or Mini 4? MoneySMP season 6 will not happen this year. Allegedly.
Okay, I guess.
Unless it does, who knows?
Fine.
But anyways, going back. Anyways, going back.
Christian?
To the question, this is what I think. I think if they're a streamer, it's not just what they're doing. Listen, if all you do is stream, it is very unlikely that I'll say you have potential. I'm gonna just put that out there. Because streaming maintains an already established community. So when you stream, like what I'm doing right now, I get to interact with my community. What grows my community is either appearing in other people's videos, right?
Yeah.
Or making my own videos to grow my own community, right? If someone is uploading, I look at the type of videos they're uploading. if all I see is PvP montages and it's once every 2 months, I can say you have potential because you have a good base of understanding PvP and your editing is good, but you don't make the content I'm looking for. So you have to fit certain things where it's like, if you're making an SMP video once a month, twice a month, maybe they're not getting hundreds of thousands of views, maybe not even thousands of views, maybe 2K views, 1K views, but it's consistent. You can learn how to edit. That is fine. I think everybody learns how to edit with time anyways, right? No one's born a good editor. Anyone can learn how to edit, but it's the style of content you make and the personality you are able to showcase in your videos. If you can,
or you can pay someone.
or you can pay someone, but it doesn't. I don't care if you pay someone.
Really bad.
If whatever process you do in the content you make, you're able to showcase your own personality and have something unique to you that can align with the MoneySMP brand, that's when I'll consider you someone I want to invite. And when I say align with the MoneySMP brand, I mean you right now, right? You make a video. It's a really good video that showcases you as a person, your content, and it's a really, in my opinion, I like unscripted content. I don't fuck with scripted. I'm a big believer in unscripted content is the best content. And this is my own bias. Because when we actually look at content, I need to give you an insight on the process. I'm not the only person who actually picks who has potential. We have a group of people who decide. So my views might differ from a lot of other people's views, to be honest. But I can only speak from my views. And my views is, if someone makes scripted content, it's most likely, I personally won't vouch them. I would rather vouch the person who makes unscripted content. Because if someone makes unscripted content, they're going the hard way about it. But that shows dedication. And by going the hard way, I mean going the hard way about it, not like cheesing out, you know?
Yeah.
If you're going to be unscripted, you have to suffer. MoneySMP as a brand was built on suffering. If you're not suffering,
Oh, we know. We know, bro.
I don't like it.
Know, bro.
I don't like it.
I think that's right.
I've heard the discussions.
I don't like it if
Fucking
it's not
know,
suffering.
bro.
So
We
if
know,
somebody
bro. We
goes,
know.
and this
You're
is
a
not to throw
fucking
shade,
lunatic.
right? Someone goes and they paste in a base, that's not really suffering.
All right, bro. Let's,
That's not suffering. That is not suffering. You need to suffer.
Archer's already up.
You need to
Wait
suffer.
for next money.
Everyone in
Wait for
MoneySMP needs
next-
to suffer. You know, in season,
Gold paste
you know,
all his bases in, by the way, but all good, I guess.
I have to be honest, right? Oh, it's wait, hold up. Who's in the fucking VC right now?
There's
Oh, hi, Ghosty. Hi, Flo.
There's Soul, there's Flo.
The voice
Did you
sounds
just not
familiar.
realize it was me?
No, I'm just, who the
Hey,
fuck is
what's
this guy?
up?
How could you forget
Nice.
about him?
Good. What's up?
He
Yeah,
hears
Florida's
your
is one of my,
guys'
Florida's one of my
voices
best
in your-
friends. Yeah,
Your
Florida's
two
one of my
favorite
best
people have
friends.
joined the VC. Your two favorite people joined the VC.
I know it's not you, Ghosty. I can tell you that much.
Fills his head so much, he
I'm
just can't
see
tell the
fucking
difference
pizza.
between
I'm sorry
you
about
guys
this
and the voice
mistreatment,
in
Flo.
Piggy head.
Mistreatment.
Okay.
I've been mistreated. He calls me a piece of bacon every 5 minutes.
Guy Souls is a piece of bacon.
The bacon's really good though.
No, because
wait,
you know
just
what?
wait.
I don't want to
Just
complain.
wait until I get on his
Chat,
PC.
Wait, listen.
Just wait
chat,
until I get on his PC and I go live, bro. Just
Chat,
wait.
listen.
Fucking
I hate to be this
I'm not
person who
going.
just complains, but I have to complain about something. They put me in C tier unjustly and unrightly when I tier
Oh,
tested as a
stop
D tier.
fucking talking about this. Don't
bro,
fucking
shut
piss me
the
off.
fuck
That ass don't
up,
piss
bro.
me off. That ass is
You
not the day to
bring
piss
this
me
up,
off.
I think, at least once a day, and you have like 30 tweets scheduled for the near future.
This guy, you bro,
For
it's like
every
you
single month,
actually,
like, you are not- you
Because
are
you
not-
guys
like
lied.
something is
You
wrong
moved me to
with your
you moved me to C
brain.
tier to
Something
fit other
is
players.
wrong
Okay,
with
okay,
your
okay,
brain.
okay.
Something
Then
is
let's,
wrong
okay,
with
if
your brain.
you're a C tier, wait. Okay, you're D tier, but yesterday when we were PvPing, you dropped me every single time.
He also
that's a fair
150 to a
balance.
shiny
130 diff.
Pikachu.
130 diff, and you say that I'm a
shiny
D tier.
Pikachu. He 150
Below
shiny
L tier.
Pikachu, who's like genuinely a C tier. Like,
Right.
cool, bro. W,
Right.
like you're just
AI.
fucking- you just want to.
But
Like,
anyways, back
you just
on.
want to spoon feed clown a god team, bro. Just stop.
Exactly.
Just
You
stop.
want to freaking be a base baby
you
for
think I have
clown,
bias
love
for
it.
Clown Pierce when I treat him
you
equally
do.
compared to everyone else?
No,
oh my
you
god.
don't,
Oh
bro.
my god. You
I've
are on
seen
your
it.
hands and knees always for clown.
Let me.
Oh
No,
my
no.
god.
Let me see the name in his phone. I saw it, bro. Let me see the name in his phone, bro. Hold up.
No. If you say the name if you say what Clown's name on the phone is, you have to say your name as well.
What was the dragon?
Okay,
thing
no, I will.
again?
I will.
Like
Hold
the
up.
why
Let me
ride
see.
dragon when you could you know.
Let me go on WhatsApp. Let me go on WhatsApp, bro. Let me see this shit. Let me go on WhatsApp.
Yeah, you 50 diff Tay
second.
yesterday, so
I didn't, by
Give
the
me 1
way.
fucking seconds.
Like, Ghosty, I'm disappointed in you personally that you'd believe what this cholesterol demon has to say.
Your name.
No, I believe
your
Tay. Tay's got it
name-
like that.
You have Clown Pierce. His name is Pookie Bear with a heart.
Oh, I mean,
It was toilet
wow.
Pierce, to be fair.
Double bias.
Hey, Wolves, did this answer
But
your
let's
question?
be real here. This is a two-way street. Clown
What'd you
is
say, yeah?
equally down bad for souls. No one's gonna respond to Clown's DMs, but you know who? Or Clown's not gonna respond to anyone's DMs, but you know who will always respond to is Souls. Always, 100% of the time. 100% of the time. He'll sit there and be like, "Oh, Souls, my baby boy. Oh my god, my baby boy." That's him always. That's literally always him.
No, because you know what it is.
I actually walked in.
I can't count the amount of times where people have had to message me, yo, can you message Cloud something for me? And then he just responds instantly.
Yes, dude. I forgot what it even was. I had to ask Souls to have Clown join a fucking Discord server because Clown wasn't responding to my DM. And the moment Souls DMs him, he responds and joins instantaneously. I didn't even have to lift up finger. I just DM Souls. I don't even have to do anything. I just have Souls do the work at this point.
One in doubt, DM Souls. One in doubt, DM.
Wait,
DM
Clown responds to me too.
No, he doesn't.
He responds to me.
No,
What
he
about
doesn't.
me,
He does,
headass?
actually.
Like
He
what?
actually does.
Like
He
oh my
okay, because you don't
God.
get
Oh
it.
my god!
But to be fair,
The second I turn the VC, y'all fucking hating. What the fuck? What the
because
fuck?
you come in
I
here
just
and you're
said-
making it about you and it's not. I'm glad you removed him. Anyways.
Guys, Tay sat in his chair in a fucking earthquake. Just
No.
happened.
You know
He
what's
did
funny?
share.
No,
They
you
did
know what's
actually
funny, Flo?
share.
You know, 4 days ago,
slots
5 days ago, Tay sat on his chair, generally broke.
I genuinely broke. He had to order a new chair like in
Yeah.
that moment.
Tremors in the Tay did a jumping Tay did a jumping jack, so we have tremors in the United
Yeah,
States.
but Flo, bro, have you seen your haircut recently, bro? You look like
Alright,
the
bro,
villain
you're
from
right,
Despicable Me, bro. You look like Vector, bro.
Bro,
You got the ball
I
cut.
guess.
Oh my
I
God.
guess.
Show it to Ghosty.
Don't make me get on your head. Don't make me get on your head.
Also, Wolves, the question I asked is if this answered your question.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I think so.
Thank you
should
so
probably
much.
move me down if it
I
wants
mean-
to.
Going back on that though, Ghosty. I was talking about Ghosty. You've been part of MoneySMP since season 3, right?
Yeah.
When we do genuine recruitment, you know the process of how we view people who have potential or not. So you can kind of
Yeah,
comment.
Souls lies to people and tells them that it's like a really fun and light work.
No,
SMP, and
not
when you
that.
join
Not
and your face
how we
gets rated
recruit
3
people.
times
But
the
the
screen.
Not how we
Oh,
recruit-
okay.
Ghosty, what would you consider the like? You know how you help invite people and recommend people.
Yeah.
What qualities does someone have for you to vouch them for MoneySMP?
Honestly, it has to be pretty decent content, and it depends on like what we're looking for. Because I'm not gonna lie to the chatters out there. Like, if you don't make YouTube content, it isn't the end of the world. We do look for specific streamers. However, like your stream content has to be like A+. Actually, not even A+, like S+ content. But if you do both, like if you do consistent streams, you do consistent like content on YouTube, you're gonna have a higher chance of actually getting in because you're gonna look better for the brand in general. It's mainly like things like that people definitely look for, or we specifically look for when looking at people's content. And then it's like, but there are people who maybe like don't do as much content, but we can see the potential in. So it's things like that. Like it's not like I don't want to tell people that if you're new to content, it's the end of the world and you're never getting in, because it's obvious to see when there's potential. Do I got potential? Sorry, I don't actually know who you are, so I can't actually tell you that. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Lesh.
I'm not gonna.
Lesh, I'm so sorry. Lesh, I'm so
I'm not
sorry.
gonna lie. I'm a nepo baby, so I don't.
Makes sense.
I'll be honest, Flo. I don't
No,
fuck
not a
with you.
nepo baby. I'm an
I'm
industry
sorry.
plant. Why do you lie?
I'm also a nepo
sorry,
baby.
I'm
I can't
so
lie.
slow. What does that mean?
No,
A
I'm not a
nepo
nepo baby.
baby-
Sorry, I'm an industry
nepo-
plant. I'm not a nepo baby. I'm an
Yeah.
industry plant.
I'm also
I
an
came out of
industry
nowhere.
man. Essentially, what that
Yep.
means is that like you had an in the community, and that's how you were able to get to the spot that you're in.
Oh.
Yeah.
But see, me, I'm just an industry plant. Just the higher ups, they just like spawn.
Oh,
me in and
nepo,
they
like
said-
nepotism. Oh.
Yes,
But the
nepotism.
higher ups like spawned me up. They like hit me up
Yes,
like a
we're
couple years
calling
ago,
man,
and they
you
were like,
do.
"Yo, you gotta like go in there and you gotta like fuck up the community a little bit." And I was like, "All right, bet I got you guys." So, Minecraft Illuminati got to me, but it's okay. Me and Ghosty are now the Minecraft like
We
Illuminati.
yeah.
We
exactly.
are the Minecraft Illuminati.
We are in fact, yes.
I mean, I don't know. MoneySMP is like honestly an easier brand to get into. You just kind of got to make yourself known, and you got to make yourself memorable. And you also got to know how
Yeah.
to be like a social. You also have to know how to be like a social person that can talk to people.
And
You know
I
what
gotta
mean?
be yes, that is like that. Literally, I was just about to say that you have to be able to vibe with people. Like if we do an interview with you or we talk to you, and it's just very obvious you are not vibing with the people that are in MoneySMP, like you're not gonna get added. And I'm gonna be so
Sorry.
real. And that's
Why
like
is that so loud?
because in the end of the day, like yeah, MoneySMP is like so big on like wanting to consistently be big with the content creators and have everyone in the space like make content, but only way you're gonna be able to do that is if you vibe with everyone. And if you don't vibe with everyone, like it's not gonna work out well. Like everyone here is a friend. Like everyone in MoneySMP are all friends. And it's if
Cap, I
yeah,
hate
you can
souls.
make really good content, but we get in a call with you and it's just really awkward and like the jokes aren't landing that well or the vibes obviously aren't there. It's gonna be hard to be able to want to invite you to things because
You also have to be
you
ready to
just
deal
aren't
with
gonna be
bull.
able
You
to-
also have to be ready to deal with bullshit. Like for example, Luigi Stone Sword
Yeah.
incident,
Yeah.
or
No, I'm
McSoulsy
okay
just
with
being
that.
on some bullshit every day,
Mhm.
What?
or Tay being on some eating bullshit every day because he loves food.
He's
You
just a
also have to
little
fight a
hungry guy.
dragon.
It's not his fault. He's just a little
I
hungry.
mean, yeah, but those are the things to get into MoneySMP. I mean,
Alright.
I'll probably like end it there. I'll be honest, I'm getting a bit tired. I mean, well, do you have any other questions, Loki?
I have a question.
No, not you. I don't care about your question.
Oh,
Gigi
okay,
does.
well,
Yo,
I was
Gigi,
about to
get
say.
someone get Gigi up here then.
It's okay.
Be fine.
It's okay. It happens occasionally.
Yeah, well,
Alright.
Oh, I got this. Never mind.
uh,
Thank you.
I just moved somebody.
Yellow.
Never mind.
Hello.
What's your
Oh,
question?
it's my employee. Hello, employee.
Hi,
It's
boss.
my employee.
My
It is.
employee, bro. It's my
He's
employee.
my boss. Yeah,
Do
I'm
you-
employed.
Gigi, do you get paid? Be honest. We
Fuck
can
no.
we can
Oh,
fix this. We can get
I'm
we can
paying.
get
I'm
this
not
fixed
paying
for you.
shit. That's
I'm
you.
not paying
That's
shit.
you, Ghost. You're fixing that.
You're
Gigi's
fixing
not
that,
employed
Ghosty. If
under
you wanna-
me.
you wanna
Gigi's
pay
not
her
employed
salary?
under me.
You want to pay her
Hey,
salary?
you're the one who leaked your
No, you can
monthly
pay her
earnings
salary,
on
bro.
my
To
stream.
who?
So you got that. You got that. You got that.
I
I mean,
make my
Flotus
monthly
is,
I think you deserve to be paid.
Flotus is unironically the biggest the biggest guy in this
Pocket
call
watcher.
right now.
I am a pocket.
You are the
wait,
richest
what do
guy
you
in
mean
this call and you don't pay me. You should
You
pay
are
me.
the
for
Why?
this.
richest, yeah.
Huh?
Wait, yeah. Why aren't you paying us to be your friend?
Why
right
aren't you
now?
paying us to be your friend?
Souls is
Big
literally
Flotus.
royalty.
Yeah.
Souls is literally Saudi prince
What are you
royalty. Why are
saying?
we
What are you
lying?
saying?
This guy lives in an 8-bedroom fucking apartment. He's about
That's
to have
just not
8
true.
dudes in his crib for free.
That's
What
just
are you
not true.
talking about, bro? This guy's
just
about
not
to pick
true.
me up in a Hellcat from the airport, and we're talking
Maybe.
about some. Oh, Flotus is rich, bro. I'm poor. I have no money. I have
You're
$0.
lying.
$0
Why are you
$0 in
lying?
my
Why are you
name.
lying?
I guess
$100
I'm
now.
lying, bro.
Gigi,
I
what's your
got
question?
$100
Gigi,
now.
your question.
I know whenever we have like visas and stuff, you talk about the community, but I wanted to know like how far do you think the community goes into the brand? Like, is it like, do you
Oof.
think it's really just like the community opinion should be like what you should try to put the brand on, or is there like a clear stop to it?
No, I think
Can I answer this a little bit? Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll say after.
Okay, I just want to say, in my opinion, I've said this like for years, even before I've been in the MoneySMP. The community is always one of the most important things with any SMP, with any event, with anything ever. Fan art, like realistically, when we were looking at artists for last MoneySMP for art and stuff like that, we were looking at fan artists. We were seeing all those kinds of things. Like when it comes to the MoneySMP brand, I personally think that fans are so unbelievably important. Because without fans, like we don't have, there's nothing for us to have.
We don't have a job, bro.
MoneySMP
It's
doesn't
just
have
that
an
simple.
audience. We don't have a job. Yeah, like you guys are what give us a job. And when it comes to things like fan art, when it comes to people clipping and posting those clips, like all of those things help grow a brand because people see those things and they go, oh my God, this looks sick. Wait, I want to see where this is from. And then they consume that media and then they realize, wow, yeah, this is awesome. Like I will always say that fans are the number one thing when it comes to growing anything ever. If you don't have fans, like you have nothing, which is why it's always so important to give people that don't have as much, like a smaller community, a chance, because you're allowing them to be shown to bigger audiences. You're allowing people to see like bigger communities and things like that. That's why it's always so important to like involve smaller creators, in my opinion. But in the end of the day, I think that a community, fans, viewers, all of those things are the most important thing to any SMP ever. Personally, that's what I think. Yeah. Thank you. I yield.
That was good. That was good.
Add on to that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That
I
was
was just gonna
beautiful.
say I was speaking to Tyler the other day about smaller
Praise.
creators and stuff. If you have a smaller community and that small community enjoys your content, you'll find that the smaller community will also stick to that. Whereas if you get somebody who's absolutely massive and they're like, oh yeah, check out this server, those fans will go there and it'll be this big massive rush. And then when that person's not on, it'll all just like go away. It'll all just be taken away. So it's good to, and it's the same with art as well. I think like smaller artists who are like really, really, really good, but have that smaller community. If they branch off to do art for money, strength, lifesteal, anything like that, then that art will stay. Whereas if it's a big creator, they'll do a big creator there, and then it'll be the only thing they do. Like they won't appreciate the content more. Was just my add-on on that.
Yeah. But going back on your question, like how much do I think the community should like have an effect on like MoneySMP decisions, right? I think the community is a good guide, but it isn't the final factor. Like, I think, for example, today I actually talked with you and a few people from the community about the truck situation, right? That kind of gave me a good basis to go off of, but I still made my own decision after talking with all the members and stuff. But it's good to understand because we can't make assumptions for the community and we also make content for the community. But we also have to stand firm on what we believe in, right? Or our own standards and values, right? I think it is disingenuous and fake to just always try to appease to the community without actually believing what we're doing is right. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So if I believe the community thinks something, what I can do is I can be fake and I can just pander to you guys all the time, but then I don't believe that. And at some point, I'm going to get caught out for that because it's not my honest belief. But if I truly, truly believe something, right? If I truly believe something, then I think that 100,000% I'm going to stand by it. But I will explain that reasoning and I'll also be very open to conversation with that reasoning because I think it's also wrong to just have an opinion and stick to your opinion. That's why it's important to have conversation with the community because they can give you a viewpoint that you couldn't see prior, And maybe I can give you a viewpoint that you guys couldn't see prior. And it's that back and forth. It's open discussion. I think we've lost this ability to just have open discussion and share opinions and go back and forth and maybe change each other's opinions, I think that's an important skill that we need to bring back. That's my honest take on it.
No, yeah, I get that. That was good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Flo, I'm waiting on my monthly DoorDash for this month.
Yeah. Lock in. Take it. You know what? Unionize.
Unionize.
No, you guys got that. I believe.
Oh my god, he's actually deafened. He PMO, bro. He actually PMO. What the hell?
It's okay. Just clip this in the stream and then just like spam it in like his like mod
Spam.
Discord or whatever he has. Yeah.
I haven't been paid. It's been 5 months. I'm stuck in the basement. He hasn't paid me for anything. Like it's getting bad.
What the hell?
Wait, Ghosty, we can unionize? Hold on a second.
Yeah, you can
need
unionize.
to like no, I need to get like Lena, Mallow, Midnight, all of them.
Yeah,
we need
there
to
you
start
go.
getting paid.
Yeah, exactly.
Lock in game.
Yeah, Souls, you know how you were talking about how, your mods are so great and do so much for you? Well, now we're going to unionize. We're unionizing now.
You will not be paid.
All right, well
so
then...
what's my money for building?
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
my question.
Exactly.
Where's my money for the PvP training?
So I looked at his stream and he is in fact gone. But don't worry, guys. I got you. Don't worry.
Oh my god, Ghosty Food is so cool, guys. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Guys.
Cool.
What can I say? I'm just one for the people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
This
let's have a
Lush
question.
DVD guy said he has a question.
Who did?
Ignore him.
You can ask your
Lush?
question
Oh,
in
yeah,
the
we have him up.
yeah, you can ask it in the stage chat if you
I
if you
just
have a
got
question.
what's you know what's funny? I just got a charge on my account
Yeah.
for fucking DoorDash, and I know who it is, but I won't say names.
Bro, I bet you anybody I know.
Can I make a guess?
You can make a guess.
Arrow?
No,
Clown.
Oh,
Clown?
wait,
I
give
don't
us a
comment on
clue.
these situations any further.
How much was
Yeah,
the
okay, so
charge?
Clown. Okay, nice.
What?
Yo, Loki Clown better than me. I'd be buying DoorDash every single day, every hour. Like, I don't know. Like, that's
This is why I
Give
don't
it
give
out
you my
there.
card.
Why does everyone think it's me?
Chat, thank you so much. I'm glad you listened to my little fucking rant today. I talked about a lot of stuff. Y'all are amazing. Except Ghosty Fruit. Scrim had a question. Scrim had a question. Let's get Scrim up here. I'm not getting Tay to fucking speak.
Yo, hello.
What's up?
Hello.
Yo, hi.
Hello.
Oh, wait, flow's on deafened. Okay, bro. Yeah, I want to say my question real quick. When it comes like to age, like you said, like the MoneySMP group is like, the community is like mainly older.
Yeah.
And you said like you also wanted to grow the community. But, like, don't you think you should go for a younger audience also?
No.
Oh no.
No.
Definitely not.
No. No.
Do you know what an STP
I'm not
is?
talking. I'm not talking about children right now.
No. Like something that I want to personally do is I just want to invite 18 plus creators to MoneySMP, like by age. Like, I feel like Rain, thanks for the rate of 10. I don't want to invite people who are not adults yet to MoneySMP, like the main season with the main cast. Maybe the mini, but the main season, no. We're an older group of people. We have an older sense of humor,
Yeah, that makes sense.
and we don't want to.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand what that means.
Yeah. I also think like
by the way,
we could get more viewers if we kind of appeal to that, but it's not the kind of content we want to produce, so it's disingenuous to the brand.
Okay. Well, something like I don't think you got is I'm talking about like the general content. I'm not talking about like inviting people as like the age. I'm talking about the content.
I'm not gonna lie, I would say no, but that's just because like I have friends who make content where their YouTube replies are just filled with 12-year-olds, and personally, that's just not like the audience that I personally would want to gather. I want to be able to have conversations, be able to connect to my chat, and frankly, I do not want to be connecting with a 12-year-old. And it's just it's very like the content that you know that like a younger audience wants is very brain rotted, and that's not like it just you can put like zero effort. It's very much not like the kind of content I personally would want to make, and I just know like so that's just me.
Yeah, by the way, sorry if I had to the topic.
Yeah, it's fine. There's also the factor that so far the MoneySMP community, in my experience at least, has been more mature than other communities. If you target to a younger audience, you leave room for the MoneySMP community to be seen as less mature than it is right now, which can hurt the brand.
Yeah, that is true. With my personal experience with money, like the MoneySMP community, I generally did like it. It's been like a more enjoyable experience than others. Not gonna name any. And also, I generally just love like most of the creators and like most of the clips and shit. So yeah. Oh, by the way, Souls.
Yeah.
Yo, Souls. Have you seen like the recent what's it called edit that Flo was in like by Amir when he killed him?
Oh, the one where Flo dogged Amir?
Yeah, there's already an edit on that. There's already an edit on that on Amir's channel.
Yikes! Yeah, imagine getting killed by Amir. Fuck it. They said he's S tier. Fuck it, put Ghosty Root S tier at this rate.
What? What?
I think you're S.
I'm an S tier, bro. Like you're leading 3 teams next season all on your own.
Who the hell do you think I am?
3 teams. That is.
I am. an L tier.
Is that where we're currently at?
We are
Here we
at
go,
L.
bro. Here we go.
You're on L tier, bro. Fuck.
Scrim, because if you don't know, basically the tier test is skewed because there's a lot of Smurfs in the tier test, and all these Smurfs have conspiracy against me, so they've all teamed up to fake my actual tier when I am F tier, closer to L tier, and they've said I'm C tier. Why? Because they all don't want me to get my third win, so they've conspired against me. I call them the MoneySMP Mafia. Ghosty Fruit, Floatives, Jisk, they're all part of this agenda against me. This behind the scenes villainy. And I'm exposing them right now. This is my expose of them.
Can we let Taya?
No.
Can we let Taya? Okay.
No,
cool.
we just
That
aren't.
is against
I
my
actually
ban
tried to
base.
time out Tay, but like I didn't have the perms.
Can we not let Taya, please?
Ooh.
Any other questions?
No, that would be all. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Scrim.
You're welcome.
Anyone else? That's not Lush or Tay?
It's crazy that Tay will forever be known as the person that didn't win a money before Luigi.
Ooh, well,
No, that's just sad for him, bro.
Well,
that's just sad.
give Ghosty Fruit another season, and she might be on Fraud Watch.
Wait,
I literally joined in season 3. I have time.
I joined in season 3 as well, and I won twice.
Oh hi.
Let Arrow with you, bro.
Well,
Hello?
this guy like
Why
gives
is it
himself like
Hello.
OP teams, I guess. I don't know.
No, that's not, you know that's just not true.
You guys should see the demon work this guy is trying to like make for next season. It's actually disgusting. He needs to be put down.
Who, me?
Yes, you.
Because I'm trying to put myself in rightful F tier.
You're not F tier.
Okay.
I am.
You're B tier, bro. You're B tier.
Honestly, I think you
Did he
guys
kill
are
Shiny
going for.
Pikachu?
No.
Can you kill him, Souls? Did you not kill him?
Propaganda.
Here's the thing, right?
He also dropped Tay yesterday.
Sorry?
I just didn't.
Wait, really? He also dropped
Yeah,
Tay?
he dropped Tay
No,
yesterday.
You're
as
saying,
well.
wait,
I can see that we don't have any other
You're saying
questions.
you're saying you're not a C tier, but you dropped Tay and Shiny Pikachu.
Well,
Yep.
I can explain that actually. It's really interesting.
Please do explain.
So basically, let me explain. This is going to be a really good explanation. This one. So what happened, right? Wait, I'm forgetting the story. So what happened was, and then what happened was it was